I would react in disbelief if any fan of boxing claims not to know who Floyd Mayweather is. Famous as the Money Man, is the highest earning boxer of all time and the highest earning sportsman of his generation. There are reports that Mayweather, or Money Man as he's often called, has earned up to a total of $1 billion from boxing. I know this is pretty unbelievable if you didn't follow his career. On the other hand, if you did follow the champion's career, this shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Come to think of it, can anything less be expected of a fighter that maintained his unbeaten record all through his career? Now, if you like these videos and want to see more, then make sure you leave us a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on post notifications to be the first to watch all our new and exciting videos. I will be replying to every comment on this video as well, so good luck. Mayweather fought across different weight divisions and was obviously the man to beat. If you understand how boxing works, you can tell the money went where Mayweather went, and this explains how he was able to amass so much wealth that finding something to spend on became quite a challenge. Although you might not believe people get to the point where they don't even know what to spend on, nonetheless, if you followed Mayweather, you'll discover he came to the point where he had nothing to spend money on anymore. You see, Mayweather was not a businessman, so he didn't have his money trapped in any business venture. This implies that the sportsman had a lot of cash to throw around. Trust me, if you were in his shoes and investing wasn't in your to-do list, you'd probably do the same. Mayweather's life is so expensive that he has enough cash to buy a pair of every automobile he had his eyes on. Interestingly, his cars only come in two colors, white and black. Now that you have an idea of how much Mayweather made in the course of his career, you're probably wondering what he has done with his wealth, since he seems not to have any businesses set up. Well, come with me as I give you an expose of what Mayweather did with his earnings. Mayweather no doubt loves fighting, this you already know. Well, another thing he's fond of is properties, and he's not slacked when it comes to acquiring the best of them. The retired sportsman has 3 houses, each in Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and Miami. Of these 3 mansions, the house in Las Vegas is the most recent, which he splashed a staggering $10 million on. This mansion comes with 11 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms. It also comes with a gym, an outdoor and an indoor swimming pool. If this was all the mansion came with, that would be great. However, there's a lot more to it. In Mayweather's Las Vegas mansion is a vineyard and a wine rack that is believed to house up to 250 bottles of wine. This is a lot, which of course he probably might not consume in a short period. Well, going by his character, he probably has this large wine collection just for show-offs on Instagram. He could even go as far as washing his hands with wine. You can't really ever tell. Additionally, this house featured 2 detached underground garages where he keeps all his automobiles, so you'll never get to see his automobiles parked around the compound. Apart from this expensive Las Vegas house, he also acquired a mansion in Beverly Hills, which he purchased with a whopping sum of $26 million. This property features 10 bathrooms and 6 bedrooms. Also, if you can think of anything a sportsman would love to have in his house, this mansion comes with it. Furthermore, it comes with a wine rack that houses lots of assorted wines, which you've probably seen if you follow the athlete on social media. You know what else Floyd gets to enjoy in his house? A cinema room that was built to accommodate 12 people. If you're not a part of the champion's inner circle, you might never make it to a cinema. So snap out from any dream where you see yourself seeing the latest movie sitting next to Floyd. This cinema also comes with a candy store, rich in licorice, chocolate, and popcorn. So if Floyd ever gets bored while seeing a movie, he can help himself from the candy store. Mayweather's 3rd house is located in Miami and is the cheapest of the 3 houses. This, regardless, is just perfect for a celebrity of his status. This house is a 5,200 square foot apartment and is worth $6 million. Nonetheless, he rarely spends time here. Well, I guess he bought this house for his alone time, although going by his lifestyle, I would say he almost never has alone times. This building has a sleek design and has floor-to-ceiling windows replacing the walls. Now that we're all caught up on the fortune Floyd has spent on his houses, we move to another set of expensive properties he owns, one of which is his luxurious cars. And yes, you guessed it right, he has a fleet of them. If you know Floyd, then you're aware of the fact that he is a lover of cars. But you know something amazing? He has these cars in black and white only. Also, the amazing thing is that every car in his LA home is also in his Vegas home. Floyd shows off some of the cars on social media. However, you'll mostly get to see all the cars if you visit his apartment. If you're not an A-list celebrity, this is most unlikely. So if I were you, I would take my mind off of ever seeing all of his cars. All of Floyd's cars are collectively worth $15 to $20 million. The athlete owns 4 Bugatti Veyron cars, as well as a couple of Rolls Royces, which he tagged a collection of about 7 of these Rolls Royces the Lucky 7. He also has a Lamborghini Aventador and a 488 Pista Ferrari. These are perhaps the most expensive of his cars. His other cars that are not as expensive, but most likely more expensive than any car you've been in. It would really have been perfect if the above-mentioned automobiles were all he has. Well, amazingly, he has more luxurious cars. In recent time, he's added the Mercedes G63 AMG to his car collection. To crown it all, he has a branded van, which single-handedly announces his presence whenever he arrives at a location or an occasion. Floyd is famous for his fleet of automobiles. Nonetheless, the boxer is not only after wheels, he also loves wings. It is believed that Mayweather has 3 private jets, one of which is called Air Mayweather. In 2018, he purchased a Gulfstream G650 for $60 million, which he gifted himself as a birthday gift. As you would expect, Mayweather's playing as the 50-0 boxing records. Mayweather is just as manly as they get, so you'll perhaps not see him doing anything that females do apart from wearing jewelries. So let's give Mayweather's jewelry some attention. And judging from the fact that they're worth just as much as his cars, if not more, I believe they deserve equal attention. Mayweather has a very expensive lifestyle, and as expected, anyone with this lifestyle should have a certain appearance. This appearance cannot be achieved without expensive accessories, and Mayweather's accessories are jewelries. Just like properties and cars, Mayweather is in love with jewelry. His love for diamonds is perhaps one thing he has in common with women. I'm not sure how many jewels the ringmaster has in his collection. However, one thing we know for sure is he has up to 41 jewelries in his collection worth about $50 million. Of these many jewelries, he's often fond of the one called One and Only. This, as you probably guessed, is worth a fortune and was gotten from a Japanese jeweler. We could go on and on about Floyd's expensive lifestyle. However, you'll understand his lifestyle better if you know a thing or two about his background. The boxer was born on the 24th of February 1977 in Grand Rapids. He was born into a family of boxers. His father was a professional boxer who was famous for his fight with Sugar Ray Leonard. Floyd did not have a beautiful childhood. His father was not in the picture and his mother was a drug addict. So you can imagine what growing up was like for the champion. Mayweather comes from a generation of boxers. While we're not sure how many generations before him were boxers, the generation just before him birthed boxers. Floyd's father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., and his uncles Roger and Jeff were professional boxers. At different times, his uncle and father have played the role of his trainer. Floyd might be swimming in so much wealth that he doesn't even know what to do with the money. However, life was not always this beautiful for the retiree athlete. The Michigan-born sportsman was born into a poor home in Michigan. I bet he does not look like what he came from. If Ringmaster's past life is factored, I guess we might begin to understand his spending habits. It might be difficult to totally erase his past memories. Nonetheless, spending like money never finishes might help him feel a lot better. Although Floyd's father was not always in the picture, he came around when it was time for Floyd to start going to the gym. He started out as his trainer. However, he did not fill this position for a long time before going to jail. After Floyd Mayweather Sr. went to jail, Floyd Mayweather Jr. moved to his grandmother's. Also, his uncle continued as his trainer. To focus on boxing, Floyd decided to drop out of high school. So you see it, your favorite champion is a high school dropout. Perhaps this explains his lack of financial intelligence. Floyd's extravagant lifestyle does not seem like the best thing for anyone. However, the boxer has been in terrible financial situations. He once got into trouble for not paying his taxes. But that is history now and a story for another day.